All right. Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. What's up? What's up? How you doing? How you doing? Welcome back to another live session. The weekends are always fun. The weekends are always a good time to rest, recover, relax. But there's nothing like Monday morning, man. There's nothing like waking up knowing that another great day is ahead of us here in the markets. Another sweet trading day is coming up. So, are you guys ready to rock and roll? I know I am. So, if you're tuning in on YouTube, hit that thumbs up. First thing first, hit that thumbs up. And then, just remember the risks, right? We do keep this warning screen up for a few minutes in the open just to remind the audience that what we're doing here is not easy. It's risky business. It does take a lot of time and effort. And it's not something that you can get good at overnight. It takes months, more commonly years, to become efficient and successful as a trader. All right. This is not to scare anyone, but just to be transparent and honest with the community. But yeah, with that being said, let's jump into it. Let's talk about the watch list, and then we'll go from there. So there's a few stocks. In fact, there's a few. We'll go here throughout the list. So LIPO seems like it'll be the main stock. There's LGVN. CYTH is selling off. I think I'm going to leave that one off the list. SERV from Friday, which made a small move, might also be worth watching. Tim is mentioning a penny stock here, NLSP. Let's take a look at that one. I see that it also has a warrant. NLSP, let's check it out. It's up 81%. Definitely will be worth keeping an eye on here today. Sometimes when the above $1 stocks are struggling, sometimes the penny stocks are what's holding it down, right? Perhaps this one is strong today. I'm going to post the watch list to the alert section. For those of you on the YouTube stream, there it is. There's the watch list. There's the watch list. There's the watch list. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up as you're tuning in. Hit that thumbs up. We do appreciate it. Don't forget to check out the disclaimer. Remember that day trading is, of course, risky business. So moving on to trend lines and mapping out some key levels here. I'm going to start off with LIPO, and then I'm going to make my way through the rest of the list here. So we got a hype 150. Not bad. Not bad at all. The low of this pullback, we saw 121. This one is coming from a very cheap price range, so those halt levels are definitely going to be tight into the open. Which for me, sometimes it could be good, but hopefully this is one of those stocks that's not just only halting up and down, right? Because sometimes that does happen. It is up 250% with 86 million shares of volume, which is why I'm a little concerned that we might just see halts only. Now, the first 2 to 3 halts I will trade, but from there is where I kind of ease off. But sometimes these stocks, like throughout the entirety of the day, if it's not too volatile, some people will trade these resumptions all day long, and if it doesn't get too crazy, they can do decent. One man's trash is another man's treasure, right? So they say. So there's always opportunity. It just comes down to preference and what you like and your risk tolerance, all that good stuff, right? So not because I might not trade it aggressively throughout the entirety of the day means there might not be something for somebody. That's LIPO. So looking at the daily chart now, we are above the 200 EMA, which is great. And in fact, let me take a quick second to start my screen recording here. If not, we might forget. So for those of you who are in MMU, you guys already know the drill. The screen recording is mandatory. That way you guys can go back and rewatch today's session. Not only from my perspective, but your own perspective. Last night before I fell asleep, that's what I was doing actually. I was doing a full review on Friday, watching over myself, watching some of Tim's, watching some of Triads, watching some of Marcelo, and seeing how the day went for everyone and what I can do differently to have a better day. And there's two things that I'm going to talk about here when we get to what we want to do for today, right? So yeah, that's LIPO, the daily chart. I'm seeing that we've had resistance around 225 the last time this thing popped up. 225, 229. So that's where I'm gonna put my I'm gonna put a trend line up there. There's a call out for another stock. That's PTPI. This one, okay, just a few minutes ago, a little cheaper, moving up. Okay. At 50 cents area. So we'll keep an eye on that one as well. So moving on here. And let me get rid of this up here. So let's see. I think I'm going to put the other one, which is NLSP. So LGVN, I'll drag over here. I'm so used to seeing the penny stocks on the right hand side, so I'll just put it over here. I think these are the three I'm going to watch. So NLSP, LGVN, and LIPO into the open. Now, SERV, depending on how it moves today, I might trade it. I honestly didn't think there was a ton on it for me on Friday, but it did move up and down a little bit. I think it got to 14. So LGVN, we got a high 510, low of the pullback around 390. Looking at the daily chart, we got the 200 EMA at 886. All right, we do have some daily levels. I have 547 and 640 mapped out as potential resistance for LGVN. It is, down a fair amount from its pre-market highs, so that's where I'd want to see this thing, push is like over VWAP, and then if we can retest 510 eventually, between 413 and 510, there's about $1 share, and if it does get up to 550 and 6, then that'll be even more opportunities. So we'll see how this one does. LGVN. Here's a 2-minute warning. There it is. NLSP. Penny stock on the list here. NLSP. So we got a high of 39.70. $39.70 for the highs here. By the way, this one is up 75%, 47 million shares of volume. The low of the most recent pullback has been what's that? 31 cents. Yeah, 31.43 area for the low of the most recent pullback, and then on the daily chart we have potential resistance at 45.97. Other than that, potential room up to 72. So we'll see how this one does. All right, looks decent. Looks decent. So SERV, I'm going to take a quick look and just see how this one is moving up. So those two things that I wanted to call out and mention for myself is to be a little bit more aggressive on those stocks that are super extended. Not in terms of on the way up, but the first pullback, right? If there's a big move, a big green candle, to not be too passive, because sometimes we're still seeing opportunities after that initial move up. So other than that, I do want to size down on my dips and be very quick as well with the pullback trades. So a stock like LIPO here, just 2K size to start, and then I'll size up some more if it's smooth. LIPO, what's it gonna be? It's a little choppy. We had 50, but then 40 immediately right there. Can we hold up our levels? Can we hold for 50 if it wants to be strong? If not, tight stops here. Oh, big seller, 60K shares. Okay, that one's coming down a bit. And halting down potentially 27. So, waiting. I'm going to switch over to NLSP and I'm going to watch for the first pullback here. We'll see if this one wants to be strong. I'm not going to get a chance to get in there. The low is 35.81. I could have took 36.30, 36.40, 38.97 for highs. We'll see if it wants to go right away. Maybe it needs a little bit of time. I'm a little early there. I get back in 35.40. Can we hold? There's a lot of selling. Can we hold this bid? I might try again. 33. If not, to the depths. Bearish engulfing. Okay, that last trade I probably could have done without. So there's one halted down, and there's one selling off after a decent move up. Not what we want to see, but it's still pretty early, so no problem. LGVN. How is SERV? Well, SERV, perhaps the one to watch out here. We had some bigger green candles there. Honestly, tight stop here for me. Let's see how this does. SERV. $53. We do have a bid here, but let's see. It's a bit mixed. Some green, some red. Well, it's coming down. Not even VWAP holding. So some more scratch trades. And that wick is getting a little big on the 5. Yeah, the candle's gonna close. The dip is gonna come. What's that at like 20, 26? Pretty low. So I'm gonna keep this small size and just be patient. We're seeing some chop here to start the day. The resumption for LIPO is coming up. Perhaps there could be a bounce there. LIPO resumption down at 127, 36.24. SERV, how well can we sustain this move back up? Surprised as to how big the pullback was, but okay, no problem. All good in the neighborhood. $36.24 for LIPO. Here it is coming up. My gosh, why did it feel so bad? To the moon, come on. Over 25, not quite. Couple cents. Something to get us on the scoreboard. Okay, so SERV break at 15. There's a 10,000 share bid. Can we go to the moon? Well, those are going to be losing trades, sadly. Okay, or at least one losing trade. We only had 1504, so not anything crazy there. AGMH. Let me give this thing a full look through. YIBO. I'm gonna check that one out. YIBO. What I want to do right now is make sure to preserve my mental capital, right? I don't want to start to feel like I'm drained or I'm tired, like just wasting time with these stocks that are not doing anything. So it is important for me to just, be patient and then dominate on a strong stock. Something like YIBO. So we'll see if this one is able to get locked in here, and perhaps the halt resumption can provide a nice move. It actually wasn't, I don't think it was hitting the scans for me here. So it looks like it might get locked in. Yes, it is locked in. The pre-market high is at 640 on this one. I think it was on the scans in terms of the watch list, the gap scan. But I think it was a little down, right? Now it's up 110% after that big move there from 4 to 6. So I'm kind of late to the show, but With these halt resumptions, we can see some good trades here. Better late than never, so they say. So we got halted at 38. Resumption is going to be at 43, 46. So BMR, you know, is it worth it? I need to see more volume on a stock like this. Good old BMR. Yeah, looks like it'll need more volume. I'm not going to touch this one, at least not yet. We got about 2 minutes to resumption. 2 minutes. This is if this stock can continue to be strong, this is where the day is going to start for me. Right here is where I'm going to look to be aggressive. And can we get something out of this stock? I accept the risks, but can we see something good? Can we continue? And I do, I do see a couple of green candles here, of course. But the idea is that we get the resumption trade, and then maybe a follow-up trade, and then from there I can watch for the first pullback. Let it base out, and then use that as my risk. We're still in the first 10 minutes, so it's still pretty early. AGMH 43, 46. YIBO. Today you're going to be dancing with a star. Big Steve, watch the footwork right here, man. Watch the footwork. Watch the footwork. We got less than a minute. LGVN, so far small red to green, definitely could be worth keeping an eye on, especially for like break 4 if it keeps getting up there. $46. So we got about 10 seconds. No fear, no hesitation for YIBO. We're at 613. Here we go. Is it going to be 10 minutes? It might be 10 minutes here. I might keep watching just in case it's delayed. Looking like 10 minutes. All right, we got another 5 minutes or so. LGVN, LIPO, and LSP, SERV, nothing else looking good except YIBO right now. So just waiting. Don't forget, if you're watching on YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, hit that thumbs up. We do appreciate it. Hit that thumbs up. Support the channel. So far, the day is off to a little bit of a slower start. We're down 250. Scratch trade. Just waiting patiently for something strong. Can we see the dip and rip? Can we see the dip and rip? So the resumption is going to be at 48.46. Got 2 minutes and some change. SERV is at 15.10. I know Tim probably is going to be watching that one. Is it going to get that separation here, LGVN? XLRX. $38, 48, 48. Was it 48? 46. SERV, I am interested here quickly before this resumption comes up, but might not get the entry here. Couple of seconds to the resumption. Let's see if this one can push over. If not, type stop. There's a bid there, but not gonna get through 50. Okay. Couple seconds to the resumption, about 30 seconds. Can't trade both of them at the same time, so YIBO. But I do like 15.10, 15.15 for SERV dip. I think this is a good area for the dip. And maybe stop below 15 for myself is what I'd consider. But here we go. YIBO. Can we get a beautiful dip? Damn, it's flying. Gotta be careful. 650. Can we see some more selling down there? I'm gonna size down for now. It's a little volatile, so I'm gonna wait. It might come down. It's lingering here for some time. Waiting. Waiting, waiting. Maybe not. Jumping in. Okay, maybe it's coming down here. 60. The low is at 50 on the current candle. And the high is at 89. Well, 39. 739. Couple cents there. Damn, filled on the ask. I'm gonna try to hold this back to $7 if possible. But my average is kind of high. Come on, come on, come on. Come on, red to green style. Shout out to red to green if he's watching on. Seeing some turbulence. I'm gonna try to get a lower average, but I might miss the trade through 7 with the lower cost. It might have to buy the high, and it's not gonna go right away. Uh, 72. Taking 68 area. Can we get through 7? Come on, talk to me nicely here. KB, brother. There's a bid. 86. Come on, to the moon. Can we see through 7? Oh my gosh. I'm trying to sell for gains on the ask. As I see the ask is at 720, but the bids are at 670. I'm gonna lose right there, sadly. Should have been a nice 15-cent win, and it's a 20-cent loss. Not ideal, not ideal. The low of the pullback, 620s. Low right there. We had 631. Most disappointing. The stock looks good though, so we'll see if it continues to battle and fight, hold its levels. I haven't sized up yet because I want to see something smooth. We got to have a good sequence. I got to be very careful. If I take losses here, I'm gonna ease off just a little bit at the highs. But I do think we can see 750 again, so I want to try to break out at least when it comes up and the volume is pushing through. Damn, 65 fill buying at 40. Brother. Come on, bounce for me. Good, good. To the moon, to the moon. This has to be it. Take us, take us, take us. And your sellers. There's a wall of sellers there. It looks like it's gonna break down, perhaps. It should, right there, we should have went to like 750. But there's like 60,000 shares. Watching for sub 6 or 6. Come on down. Oh, not quite. Held up like 610. This is, I mean, you know, and this is exactly what we've been seeing. I think even last week, this type of price action here, where You can definitely be green, but it's, there's the risk is so high, man. Between $7 and like 680, just a few bad fills in that area, and I would have been flat. So I think the smaller share size definitely is going to help me out a little bit there. The lowest 06, we now have 5-day volume on a red candle on the 5. Is this the backside? Where the pre-market highs were at 640. Can we buck the trend and see a red to green here? Is that something that's possible? Come on, talk to us nicely here. It needs to hold up this dip. Do not fail us here. Good. Take us to the moon. Okay. Oh shit. Bro, what was I canceled, man? I canceled the order and I put out a new order. It's gonna give me that nonsense. Okay, cool. High 89. This is the type of trade I'm gonna try to hold if possible. I'm gonna hold the line. Nope. Cutting it. Oh, I should have took my 10 cents. And these are the stocks we need to give us one more leg up. SERV, on the other hand, the garbage truck is outside. SERV. I'll probably watch the dips on this one because it is a little extended here. 69. Well, still going, still going. What was the last high? Around 50. 5-day, now it's at 84. I gotta try to get some sort of consistency here. I happen to have a winning trade on this thing. Can't make a jump shot. If that continues to be the case, then I have to walk away from the stock. I will have no choice. You see, the stock YIBO right there, right? It's like there's certain stocks that come along that I just know what I could do. Can I still lose on it? Potentially. But as I watch a stock like SERV right now, it's like I'm just not seeing. I think there could be opportunity for me to get back green and maybe a couple $100. But it's just not the same. It's just not the same, right? I'd have to use massive size. Okay, there's a bit here. Let's see how this does. I have to use massive size and be super accurate. Those shares are gonna fill. It's gonna come down. 66. Can we see a bigger dip? Okay, I'll take that. Can I get the fill on the ask? Come on, give me something here. Oh. I'll take 66 for 6 cents. 55 on the bid. It's 50. Come on, fill me at 60. Come on. KB. 58. So I'm hitting the bids again right there. There's 60. The dip was at 45. It's kind of high, but you know, maybe it holds up. We did have 48 for the previous high of day. 40. Oh, I'm out too soon. I'm out too soon right there. That was decent. 53. Couple cents. And it looks like it might continue. 70 would be the 1 minute candle to make the new high. Yeah, 58. Time 10:02 a.m. TWOU. Yeah. Holy smokes. Damn. You know, this is one that I can do well on. Should have been watching at this. I was halted up on the scans. Big sleeping here. Big sleeping. What was the high? What's the high? 50. 74. It's pulling back. Small size first just to feel it out. Damn it, man. This is a nice move here. This name sounds familiar too. I might have missed it watching SERV. Looking like backside here. I could watch for a bigger dip if it keeps dropping, but maybe that's it. Man, it was called out in the scanners. The scanner called it out too, but I never looked at it. From 2 to 270. Nice. SF hopefully made something there, brother. Hopefully you were able to lock in something for the team, for the community. SERV, perhaps breakup 16. Take me to the moon. It's always seeing resistance at these whole dollars, man. I want to see Pluto today on SERV if it's going to keep going. There's 08, there's 10, 17, all right. Come on, dip, 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 dip. No dip. I'm going to jump in. Can we see 20? Oh, giving it a sec. Yeah, come on. Sometimes it's like if you're watching a sport here. SLRX. It's like you're rooting for your horse to win. Yeah, maybe we see a high of day move on SLRX here. What's pulling back? I'm gonna do a rotation. SERV, the lows at, what's that, about 79? Dang, I should have sold 89. Trying to get myself back to flat here. There's a hidden seller, 85. SERV. Come on, through 85, through 85. KB. Short sellers taking us down. Taking 50. Oh, man, filled on the ass. That's brutal. Okay. Lost right there. And that's one of the areas where I'm going to take my eyes off the ask price a little too long. And the ask didn't drop down as the bids flushed out. SLRX. High of day. But, high at 30. This one has potential, but it's a little spready. The halt hopefully gets locked in right here. 53. SLRX. Can we get locked in? Didn't really love that loss, but come on. The halt is now at 60. SLRX. Oh, son of a gun. Yeah, okay. Maybe not SLRX. These bids are too unpredictable. Son of a... Moving on. Before I start cussing on here. I thought 30 was going to be good. Previous resistance high was at 50. But it looks like it needed more of a dip to the VWAP. I like to buy those previous highs areas, but it's not going to work. Can that resistance that we had become support in that zone, even if it drops to like 22, 23? But what I could do sometimes is just sell and just buy back lower, but you know, the thesis is kind of failing, so I'm easing off a bit. And that's going to be quite the haircut for just 2 trades. All right, I'm going to do a rotation here. You know, SERV, man, still Perhaps the one here. Oh, I'm gonna sell too soon. Oh man. Through 20, through 20. Alright, I need more size because seems like this thing wants to do well. And I want to do well. Sounds like a good combination. A little bit of resistance at 20 though. Some breakouts are working, but I gotta be careful not to get caught. SLR depths selling off.
SLRX.
Yeah, this thing needs to make up its mind right here. Shift 91. I'm gonna wait. It looks like it's holding, but you know it's not going up either. Okay, 16. Can we get over 16? I should have took 88 right there. Gotta lock in. Are we gonna come down a bit? YIBO probably gonna sell off here, but will there be a quick breakout before it fails miserably? Giving SERV some time. Okay. Oh, come on. That should have been the low. That has to be the low here though. 70, right? Son of a gun. The amount of green that was printing there as I bought, you don't expect the stock to drop. But all good in the neighborhood. Let me check through the list here, see if there's something better. BMR, no good. CYTH, bottom of the Atlantic, not looking too great. LGVN, sideways, not much. LIPO, selling off. NLSP, cheaper stock, not doing well. SERV is coming down a little bit. SLRX is halted down. TWOU actually perhaps in range to do something. $14, $13, $12, $12, $13. Show me something over 20. TWOU. Oh. It's like, is there a hidden seller or what? Like, come on. Come on, come on. 28. 30, okay, okay, all right. See, if it could have pulled off a little quicker, I could have held it. All right, cool. This is what I like to see. Now it just needs to give an entry here. Talk to me nicely. It might just keep going. Will it? 38. What's it gonna be? Up or down?
SLRX.
36. I don't want to be too aggressive here. Some weird price action earlier, but if it can, those are smooth so far. If it can shape up some more here.
TAGRU.
Come on, where's the move? Only 44 with that type of volume is not what we want. We want more. So there's 36. Does it want to come down first? What the heck? 36. Come on. Show us something. Damn, that feels tragic. I'm going to try to get a lower entry. Got filled at 30, buying 24. Come on. Talk to me nicely here. Oh, I'm going to buy it a little early. All right. No problem. No problemo at all. This is where it needs to go. I'm going to try to add back. If it gets through 45, I'm adding. And it gets stuck at 45. Great. Come on. We should be seeing 60 with how this thing can move. Do not take me to the depths. Good. Take me to the moon of 60. 70. 70. 70. This thing, what's the high? What's the high? 74? We should see through 74, to be honest. I want to stay on my toes in case it just keeps going. Come on, pull away. If we're gonna see 70, we gotta pull away. We can't just hit 70 and then back to 65. We're too close to the highs to be struggling here.
PEGR.
$77 depths. Fill. It's holding. Come on, show me 90. 90, 90, 90. Not quite. So 70, we're back below 70. I'm gonna size down. We might see the cup and handle rather than just a U-shaped red to green going straight up. Below of the last 57. The 5-minute candle actually isn't that strong right now, so I don't think we don't want to see and or sustain a longer pullback. Oh. I'm just gonna jump in here. Can this keep going? I'm just gonna jump in because why not? That's the adjustment I told myself to make coming into today. Just buy if the stock wants to just do this nonsense out of nowhere. I'm just gonna buy, which I did not do the entirety of last week. I didn't, if you want to say chase. If it's gonna go to 3, then okay. If not, but I want to have a tight stop if I'm gonna, be doing that all the time. Just in case it decides to blaze me at the highs, it's okay. I gotta accept the risk. Come on. If I see 90, I'm buying back. But it's getting spready here. And we're not really holding as well over 90 as we should. So maybe it pulls back without going through 3. The halt is at 316 if it does go. I got smaller size this time. There's definitely short selling here because it's like it's trying to go, but it's like there's weights attached to it. Which does mean if it does go, we can see a squeeze, perhaps into the next halt level. I'm gonna keep trying in case it does go. For now, I'm not really losing a lot. If I do start to lose more, then I'll stop buying here. But if I can keep it tight, then I'll keep trying. There's a decent sized bid, 84. Is this it? Nope. 74. High fill. Short sellers are definitely here. This should be a good one to see how it plays out. We're definitely seeing the cup and handle, though. And you know, the stock, if you ask me, looks more bullish than anything. We're just seeing some selling in the short term, and it could have been some profit taking too up there as well. Oh, 87. 87 again. Are we on to something here? Maybe I take my 5 cents. I'm trying to let it go if it wants to go, but I just have to not. I don't mind taking trades here. I just have to not lose big. If we can just keep it tight until we get the move, that's all I need. I'm gonna prep an order with size because when it goes, if it gives that second entry trade, oh shit, I'm gonna miss it. Crap. Oh, are you kidding me, man? I look away for 1 second. See that right there is nonsense. The moment I open up that order entry with big size, this thing is already at 3. So 306, anyhow, it's 306 the highs. It looks like it's rejecting a little bit. Can't make this stuff up, man. 5 minutes of us battling, and then this thing goes right away. So 306, we kind of rejected the level there. We had support at 80 and 70. We'll see if it keeps holding up this area. If somebody's spamming the chat, guys, do not spam the chat. Nice. Oh, that was beautiful. That's lovely right there to see. That's instant 90. This candle has less than a minute. It's a doji. There's indecision. Are we seeing a 5-minute pullback here? Can I see 60? Perhaps too aggressive. 55. It might come down some more if it doesn't get through this area here. It's like a lot of selling there, a lot of resistance. It's 10:30. I know a few people are going to be heading out. Be sure to hit that thumbs up if you're heading over to the day job. Stay safe, stay green. Hopefully everybody's feeling all right and doing well. Remember, if you're in a place of frustration, do whatever is necessary to ensure success. If you have to walk away, take a break, size down. Longevity. Let's not allow any short-term emotions to cost us here. We're here for years and not just, the short term. So we're here for the macro. Can we still be trading 5, 10, 15, 20 years from now? 30 years? To do that, we got to do what's right in the moment. Cool off. Come back. Just in case somebody out there is, steaming, which I know does happen to us from time to time. I'm gonna get my chair and sit down because it looks like we're gonna be here 48. After a while, it's like I get tired standing up.
Got it. Changing Thermin V thermostat to on.
What might happen is that it might come up pretty quickly here too. I want to watch right. I'm not in at the low, but I want to watch here still in case it shoots up quickly, which seems like this stock is capable of doing. Can we see 70? It's trying. Yeah. And that's the benefit of being in lower, is that I can just hold through that chop. But whatever, take the couple cents. It's inching up. I can take the first dip that comes in here on this move up, assuming it doesn't go back to the lows. Being that I'm not in at the lows. But anyhow, if it keeps going, I'll just scalp. Nice move though. So that's from 56, or no, from 50 up to 80. All right, not bad. Red to green there, not bad. Not bad at all. Right off the VWAP. 5-minute setup. Bottoming wick. And it looks healthy for a potential retest of high of day here. So are we going to see a move all the way to the highs, or are we going to get that quick pullback first before it goes? These stocks, a lot of the times, they love to give that pullback first. Just watching and waiting. It's a tight pullback here, all things considered. So far, so good. Come on. Do not fail us now. See, when we get that type of volume, though, you expect to see like 95. Like come on. We should have done better there. Can we see like 95 for 3? The halt up to 325. Oh, crap. That is crazy. Crazy strength right there. It's gonna just keep holding, then alright, I'll buy. But I know we can drop here. It's a little risky. Oh, 3. 325 for the highs. Ah, come on. You gotta be careful. You gotta be careful. You can still lose a lot very quickly. We might see sub 3 here potentially. Depends on how strong it wants to be. It's strong so far, so it might not even dip. 10K bid. Can we see 20? Or 17? I'm gonna try again at 12. Can we see over 20? 18, 19. Not quite through 20. It's holding again. Gonna try again. Can we be strong? Can we be strong? Can we be strong? Oh, nope. See, that trade was probably unwarranted, but keeping it tight. 93 again. Can we hold? Can we get back over 3? 99. I'm going to size down here. The 5-minute candle's failing. It needs to, because it's about to close, so this is like a rejection here. It's probably the backside. So if I'm a short seller, if this bounces back up to like 3 something, maybe I go short and hold against high of day. To the depths she goes. To the depths. Do we have shares to short? I'm gonna try. I'm gonna just check. Nope. But maybe like 305 for me, 308, maybe even like 310 would be great. It's tight stop against the highs. But that's if it even bounces up. But you know, it's always risky because just like that, it can be over high of day, and then you know, it's like I'm stopping out. All right, we're just gonna be patient. We're gonna size back down. We're gonna see if something else comes up that's good. TWOU. You know, again, if it gets to like 312, 315, that's where I'd really be interested for that high day breakout. Because I could see short sellers getting scared if it gets up to like, you know, 30, even like 308, 310. Because people are going to want a short high, but they're not going to really want to see that move through high of day, of course. So the closer it gets, the more nervous they get. There's 05. Can we sneak it up? Can we sneak? Can we sneak? Can we sneak? Can we sneak? Oh fuck. I'm gonna add so late. They're more than likely gonna get screwed here. If this fails, come on. Garbage. Nonsense. There's no reason this should not have went right there. Did people really like just short 25, 30? It should have squeezed right up to like 50, like 40 or something. Oh man. I tried to add like I gotta be better at that because I already said what I think should happen. The stock starts to do it. And here I am taking so long to add. I should have been like 10,000 shares plus at like 303, like 310, 315. I should have been 10,000 shares plus right away. And on the days where that continues, it's like where I could hold like 5K shares all the way to the halt up, sell another half, hold 2,500 into the halt. Come on. I really don't understand why it did not go like it should have went. So it's an example for me of like even the best setup not working. It came up like very fast and surprising. I could just see short sellers just no, I'm getting out of this. This thing might squeeze. I'm gonna cover right here, 315, 320. I'm getting out tight stop. 10-cent loss, 15-cent loss, or break even. So if it comes up again, you know, I think I'm gonna use smaller size this time. I still got an order for bigger size, but I need to be safe because of the weakness just now. So I'll try again at like 310, 315. Man. just gonna keep waiting here. I'm just gonna keep waiting. Let's see how this candle here, finishes up on the 5. Ladies and gentlemen, don't forget to hit the thumbs up if you're watching on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch. Hit that thumbs up. Consider subscribing to the channel. This could be the backside. It's possible. In fact, I think it's likely. But we will see. It does seem like one of those stocks though, where like you come back later in the day and it's at $5. It has that kind of look to it. The memes in the Discord, the memes. Some people in the YouTube stream saying it's done. Like Bala. But the reviews so far paying off nicely, right? Shout out to MMU and those archives, man. Shout out to Tim, Marcelo, Triad. Last night, the pastor was reviewing it. And the biggest thing that I saw is like, man, I just have to buy these breakouts more aggressively. But when you watch back the videos and you see it, and it's like damn, like why did I not buy? Can't when the market is aggressive, it's like what's usually the high is not the high. Like this stock is gonna go another dollar or two a share more, so it's like can't really get into that mindset of thinking the move is done or it's too early, or rather it's too late. It's like there's still opportunity. So just buying the high more aggressively and looking for that extra push. So far, already paying off today. Sizing down on the dips, which for me, for a while, it's always been like a good move for me because sometimes it's so hard to predict that low point, even with the indicators that we're using. So in the event that I'm wrong, at least I'm not giving back everything on the way up. I'm giving myself more attempts. So even if I have a loss the first time, I can catch it the second time. Perhaps get the balance, get net green over those two trades. And the other adjustment for me really is besides that, it's just not trading stocks that are not worth my time. It's like what's good for somebody else might not be good for me. What's good for me might not be good for somebody else. If I just recognize and I usually do very most like almost all the time. Like this is just not a stock that's like good for me to make thousands of dollars on. Why the heck am I still trying to trade it? It's just too much risk to be doing that in this market. If this stock is a stock I think I can only make like 500 on, and I know that the risk is just as high or even more, like why even waste time? Like it's just common sense. And then I'm here doing the nonsense every day. So, it just goes to show that we can all improve, right? And that's something that's like you would think is so small and easy to do, but you can just find yourself you can find yourself, deviating from the rules very very easily. So you got to keep yourself in check and be aware. Those are the main two adjustments, because reducing on the dip is always something that I've done, but staying away from stocks that are not worthy for me and make sense for me and the style that I'm trading here, and being more aggressive towards just buying breakouts. So we'll see how the market continues to hold up here. Friday, Friday was Friday was a very rage. Like I kind of started raging at the end of the day. I left early, right? But Friday I was up, so I was up $300 at the end of the live stream. I came back, and I think it was WINT. Like, man, I just wanted to just take the screen and just throw it out the window. The stock was dormant, what was getting ready for a red to green. I recognized this. I sat here and I'm just waiting, watching, and it felt like I took all the right trades. And again, the thing that got me in the very end was not being aggressive enough to buy back the breakout. And it's like I noticed I was running out of mental capital. So I take the breakout trade twice, scratch trades are a loss. And then it's like the third time is where the breakout is actually like giving a 40-cent move. And that's where I'm like, okay, it's not gonna go. And then it goes. Man, I had to just I made money, right? I went from 300 to like 750 on the day. And I'm like, maybe I should walk away, but I'm like, no, the stock is still decent. And then I fall victim to this thing again. And then to make matters worse, I had two red trades in like the next minute, and I lost like 650 in those two trades. And I just, man, I just got out. I just X'd out everything. I finished the day up like $80. I just X'd out everything. Like I'm out of here. I'm done. Get this market out of my sights. I was getting to that level of just burning up on the inside. So watching over the archive on Sunday evening definitely helped out. Marcelo did the Q&A. It's always good to review, man. That way you can see everything, and I mean, just having the perspective of the other guys to watch at as well, it helps out a ton. But Tim is a different beast though, man. I see what Tim is doing on these stocks like SERV, but I'm man. I don't know if I could bring myself to do it, man. Not in like a bad way, of course, but it's a different. It's taking the dips to a different, different place. But it works, and it worked. I'm honestly surprised as to how well it works. So for sure though, I'm gonna take some bits and pieces on some stocks that I think are more so along the line of the setup, because what it is just a lot of price action trades, right? But I prefer to trade something that's more in line with the setup, with some sort of a pattern. But if a stock is kind of just dipping and the price action trades are there, I think for a few trades for sure. But definitely if there's a pattern, watching at those dip trades, man. Well, Tim is a beast. Tim is a monster at those trades. All right, this might be a good place to. Before I forget, right? So I've been talking about the mentorship for a long time, right? So here's what's been going on. So as you guys know, since we started MMU, right? Since we started, helping out people out there with the classes, for all of our diamond members, we would essentially do an unlimited amount of mentorships as long as you were a diamond member. And this was great for us because the community was small and we had a lot of time, right? We had a lot of time right after our trading sessions. We had a few students, they'd reach out every now and again, and we'll set up sessions. And, right here in the Discord, we would kind of do them. But over the last like 8 months, MMU is like ballooning, literally like ballooning. So the number of students has increased dramatically, and it's getting harder and harder for us to keep up with the mentorships. So we've changed the structure. I guess today's the first official day, right? And what we have now is in beta testing. It's in testing, but we think this is going to be a better way, and it'll be a little bit more organized. And also, what this can do for the people who've always wanted mentorships, who have not been a part of the classes, they can also have a chance to reach out to us. Let me pull it up on the website. So now, even if you're not a MMU student, you're going to have the chance to be able to reach out to us for a mentorship session. And we're going to charge for the mentorships. So now the goal here is to, and let me also say this, right? Shout out to all the students who have been utilizing the free mentorships. There's a lot of people, we always talk about it on the YouTube streams and so forth, right? About booking for one-on-one sessions and the Q&As, all that good stuff. And there's been a few people who have been like in a mentorship session damn near every day, which is great. Because if I was starting out and I was in the shoes of, having somebody like myself to work with for an hour, just like some of you guys did, I would have been there almost every day, right? So shout out to all the people who really took advantage of it and like utilized it to the fullest, because there's not many places where you can really go and get people this transparent who are really doing it. But on the other hand, there are also people who never booked a session, despite all the talking we would do here, the emails we would send out, and so forth. So it's one of those things where either the student maybe is like just doing super well and kind of, which some students are doing very well. But it's like if you're somebody who wasn't doing well and never did a mentor session, I mean, I'd love to know why, right? Because again, I mean, it's something I could see myself just if if I was starting out and Marcelo was doing this thing, man, I would have been there 1 hour every day, Sunday, Monday, until Marcelo would say something like, "Hey, man, I'm just not, not available" or something. But yeah, let me pull it up on the website here. So now anybody can book a session, and it's in testing because there's some back end stuff that we have to see how it works out. Now pricing is the thing here. So we sat and we asked ourselves, how valuable is our time, right? And here's the downside. One of the downsides of us doing the mentorships all the time was the opportunity cost. Time that we're spending in the mentorships is time that we would be missing trades and other opportunities. And there were days where I'd be in a session and a stock is mooning, but it's like you're in a mentorship session, right? So right now, Tim has said he doesn't want to partake just yet because he has the pressure washing business. He also does epoxy. So Tim is already kind of like, once trading is done, he's out of there. He's doing his other business. So for him right now, he'll have to see how the business plays out, if he can hire someone to take over for him. So right now, Tim is not in the lineup just yet. But for myself, Marcelo, and Triad, you guys can come and book a session, right? So If there's something very specific that you need help with, and you have a bit of a notepad, right, of things you want to talk about and go over, the structure is going to be similar to what we've had so far, which is you can come in and you can ask us anything. We'll do the meeting through Google Meets, right, which is essentially like a Zoom call where we can share our screens, go over metrics, psychology, any and everything trading related, to get you guys, the help you need. So yeah, MMU is now doing coaching for the public, right? So that's something new that we wanted to mention here to the people. So it's one of those things. And by the way, there's also a schedule in there of dates that we are available, right? Because we're not available every day, all day. There's a schedule, and you guys can check it out to see our availability. Different people, or let's say the different mentors, will have different dates and times that they're available for the sessions. But yeah, that's the announcement. Other than that, you guys can still utilize coupon code STATION. And in fact, you can utilize coupon code STATION on these mentorships as well. Coupon code STATION will give you 40% off, and it's still active. There's going to be someone who does win, of course, a trading station from this ongoing coupon. So we're going to spin the wheel like we usually do for the trips. Marcelo, Triad, and myself, we spoke yesterday. Do we want to do Traders for a Cause again? This is the trip that we did last year to Vegas, this seminar. Right now, to be honest, I mean, I'm not really, I don't know. I need to be convinced. The other guys are also on the fence, right? A few traders have booked. I think Tim, Crispy, and Salve have like booked their ticket already. The ticket to the Traders for a Cause conference is 1,600, right? In terms of like expenses, if I'm to like break it down. Just in case any of you guys want to go, this is something that's open to the public, of course, right? I'm giving these guys a free shout out because the conference was pretty decent. And it's also a charity, thing, right? They give back the proceeds to a foundation, so it's for a good cause. This ticket is 1,600. It's a 3-day conference. There are some notable traders that'll be there that'll present. People like Humble Trader, Steven Ducks. What's this guy named Kyle? Like the people from Clover Trading, if you guys are familiar with them, right? In fact, I probably could share that video on here, right? So it's a 3-day conference. There's some poker involved. There's some seminars involved. I think they give you breakfast for those 3 days, breakfast and lunch. And at the end of those 3 days, there's like a networking event / party where you go to like a massive club in Vegas, and they do take care of everything, which is nice. Like the section that we were in last year was expensive, and the alcohol was even. I mean, like, they must have spent like 50 grand or something crazy on just that part of it. So it's definitely something to consider, right? If you're someone out there who want to network and like put yourself out there. But other than that, if you're not living in Vegas, your flights and then your hotel stay, you'll have to cover all that. Because we did it so recently, I don't know if we want to do it again. That's the thing with the approach that I'm like looking at. The way how the networking went down, it wasn't super personal. I mean, there's people that you met, but I think the best relationship that came out of it for us was meeting the guys from Velocity Clearing over there at Guardian, right? Guardian Trading. We met them. We had a good time. We're still in communication with them even now. Marcelo definitely uses it. I don't use my Guardian platform as much as I should. Marcelo, though, loves his. He's on it all the time. And they were the ones that were able to get us onto the exchange. So, some good stuff did come from it for sure. We'll have to put some more thought to see if we want to go back. But if we do, we're going to, of course, still fly out a student to come hang out with us and the whole thing, maybe just do a full-on team house again. For us, monetarily, it's not a problem. It's just the experience itself, right? Because we just did it so recently. If we do not do Traders for a Cause, we're gonna do something else. And of course, I already mentioned that there's gonna be an in-person meetup. We're gonna do our own in-person meetup, either before the year is over, if not into next year for sure. We're gonna do our own MMU Relentless, meetup, and that's gonna be a good time. Right now, there's something that we're doing. There's been some things that we've been doing that's been like taking up, the majority of our back end time. Once this stuff is done, then we'll like really see what we want to do with this Traders for a Cause, and then the boot camp will be officially underway. The first Relentless trading seminar. It's gonna be more than likely in New York too. So if you're in the tri-state, so maybe by like the end of next month, we're gonna have like way more details on that stuff. SERV. Man, when I see these other communities, it's like the same thing with like when I see other traders, right? You see these other communities and it's just motivation. Like I could just see us doing our own Traders for a Cause kind of event. Whatever we want to do it one day, multi-day, or a full week. It's like there's no limits on what we can do here. And we're gonna set up, because we've attended these seminars, it's like we're gonna take everything that we think is good, and then we're gonna put our own stuff into it too, so we have something unique and different. Because there's definitely ways to make these things better, right? The plans, the blueprints have already been created. It's just a matter of time before Big Steve takes the stage and welcomes the audience. Before you guys greet Dash at the door, and then you see Crispy and Save in there, Marcelo, myself. Tim is gonna walk on the stage, 5K style, 5K size style. Soon, coming soon to a city near you. And maybe this is something we can even do on tour. I mean, who knows how? Because there's the community is much bigger than just the YouTube channel, right? In fact, we've crossed over 100,000 people on the Instagram page yesterday, which is kind of crazy. So, sky is not the limit. The universe is the limit at this point. So this is where I'm going to shut it down. SERV seems to still be giving some opportunities, but it's been a good day. And tomorrow we got to come in laser focus again. The goal for me in the beginning is to just keep it tight until we can find a strong stock, and then expose ourselves to a little bit more risk. Try to get green and stay green. So I'm gonna take my leave and I'll be back later. Stay safe, stay green, and I'll catch you guys tomorrow morning. And I guess in the recap, right? If something is hot, I'll live stream in the Discord for all the chat room members. I'll do it not just for MMU students, but everyone, right? Anybody. I'll jump down in like Gen 1 if something hot comes along and there's some good momentum. But take care, stay safe, stay green. I'll see you guys next time. Hit that thumbs up if you haven't already. And deuces, as they say in Brooklyn.